Hello, my name is Beagry and this is my video where I talk about
stuff, Lori. Thanks. Jesus.
Yeah. I'd intended to do this video a few days ago, but I've been sick with the dreaded lurgy and I figured that 2.5 minutes of me sneezing and blowing my nose wouldn't make for great viewing. That's my excuse to being late to this particular party. If you missed the whole Snake versus those pesky dames fiasco, here's a brief recap.
Ever since one of the pesky dame's mothers came over to my channel.
Those pesky dames put a video online, Snake responded to that video, those pesky dames flagged this video for privacy concerns and got it taken down. Now I got into an exchange with the dames over Twitter, and I'll place a link to the first tweet of that exchange in the description. Follow that rabbit hole at your own risk. Needless to say, they had a number of reasons for wanting Snake's video down, most of which I didn't consider relevant. Things like, they have no control over the mirrors of their videos, they have guest vloggers who might be new to YouTube and could be put off by seeing hostile use of their videos, it's their image and they should have control over how it's used, downloading their videos is a violation of YouTube terms of service. These are all legitimate points, but the reason I consider them irrelevant is because they flagged the video under privacy concerns, and none of those are privacy concerns. But not to worry, they claim to have privacy concerns as well. Here comes the logic. Even though they have a video of themselves with their undisguised voice and clearly visible face publicly available on the internet, that same video on Snake's channel exposes said voice and face to a hostile audience, any number of which might recognise them in real life or perhaps go searching for them in real life. At that point the exchange went back to talking about terms of service violations, probably because they realised how stupid that tweet was just after sending it. When you make your face publicly available on the internet, you have no say over who sees that face. Yes, you might have a couple of thousand like-minded subscribers on your channel, but if you want only those subscribers to see your face, you need to set things up so that only they can access it. The wafer-thin, paper-thin, graphene-thin argument that your privacy is at risk because your publicly available video is being viewed on another channel with a larger audience is insulting. You may have thought that my using the clip of The Walking Dead at the start of this video was just a whim, but it was actually to set up the following hypothetical. Imagine if The Walking Dead were talked about on some review programme, and they played a clip that had Andrew Lincoln in it. Actually, let's make it Lauren Cohen. Yeah. Now imagine AMC moved to have that programme taken off the air, removed from any online streaming services it might be on, and never shown again. And their reason? Because they're worried that somebody watching that other programme might recognise the actors and go after them. Sound ridiculous? Ultimately, those pesky dames continually fell back on the line of, it's our content, so it's up to us how it's used. Well, no. How very entitled of you. YouTube is a very expensive operation, and yet we can use it for free. In exchange for that luxury, we make concessions, such as allowing certain rights to our content. You may not like that you can't control your content elsewhere, but tough, don't put it on YouTube. Pay a small fortune on bandwidth and set up your own site where you can have all the control you like. Now, in my back and forth with the dames, we whittled down the technical arguments to find one fault in Snake's actions. YouTube terms of service prohibit downloading content through non-official channels, and as YouTube doesn't make a downloading app, that means no downloading. But those pesky dames didn't report him for a terms of service violation, likely because it wouldn't have resulted in any action. What do you think would happen if YouTube started enforcing the no downloading rule? How much content would just vanish? Moreover, how can you, dames, or YouTube for that matter, prove that the content was downloaded by the user? How do you know Snake wasn't emailed your video? Terms may still have been broken, but not by him. No, you went for some flimsy privacy argument because I had the best chance of getting the video taken down. But hey, I believe you when you say it wasn't censorship. I think it was spite. Because when somebody makes you look as foolish as Snake did, it's natural to want to lash out.